like to hand you over now to the wonderful Bryony Pierce, who's going to read from Angel's Book.
I feel worse than I did before. I fumbled for the right words. I feel like I'm unravelling. I'm having nightmares while I'm awake. I'm thinking in German, but I can't remember the name of my German teacher. I can hum Lohengrin for you if you want. I paused. I've never even heard Lohengrin, but Zilla must have. My voice rose to an odd high pitch and I clamped my lips together, certain Pandra would not be impressed with hysterics. Something cold touched my wrist and I gasped, ready to knock the creature off, but it was Pandra. You'll be all right. She says it's like being born. There's a painful bit, but then you'll accept who you are. I want to be Cassie Farrier, not Zilla, not some other dead person. They've lived their lives. I want this one. There was such a long silence that I wondered whether Pandra was going to respond. Finally, her voice shivered in the dead air. You're like me, I can tell. What do you mean? I have something that'll help. The light sliced around the cave, then stilled as she balanced the torch on the ledge. Pandra bent over the rough boards that lay in front of the rug, removing them one by one. Look, she caught my shoulder and pulled me forward. Off balance, I landed with my hands by the edge of the last plank. Next to me, I could see. I could sense, rather than see, a gaping hole. What is it? I gagged. The smell I'd noticed before now filled the already dank cave. Pandra, that smell! Her head cocked toward me, half into the shaft of cold torchlight. She seemed completely unfazed. You'll get used to it. She picked up the torch and focused it for me on the top of the hole. A few feet down, a lumpy ledge extended about a third of the way across the opening. Underneath, a deeper darkness sucked at my gaze. I started to topple. You found this? Pandra nodded and moved the torch so the dusty beam played over the ledge. Oh my God! It's covered in dead animals. And, sorry. Paula Rawsthorne, who's just had her book reviewed in The Guardian, which is brilliant, will be reading from The Truth About Celia.
Now, Mr. Jenkins, let's see what pal you've come up with, said the uninspired maths teacher. He wrote the binary digits on the board, and to cheapy them along, he made one of the boys come up and write each decoded letter in large capitals under its corresponding number. He chose pupils at random to work out each letter, and at first their droning voices were barely audible. Yes, come on, look at what we've got so far. Max Jenkins is The teacher paused, looking concerned. Mr. Jenkins, this had better not be anything offensive. Is it offensive, Mr. Jenkins? By now, Jenkins was shifting in his chair, looking increasingly uncomfortable. Of course not. No one would be so stupid as to write something that would get them into really, really big trouble, he said, glowering at Celia. She turned her head defiantly to face him, revealing just a trace of a smile. At this, Jenkins started to panic. I don't want mine read out, he shouted. I haven't finished, it's not very good, I can do better. Well, I never, Max. It's not like you to be bashful. Now I am intrigued. Let's continue, said the teacher, gesturing to his scribe. By now, instead of having to prize the answers out of the half-asleep class, it seemed that everyone was wide awake and furiously trying to be the first to crack the code. The letters came rattling out from the animated pupils faster than the teacher could stop them, and before he knew it, there on the board, in large, bold capitals, for everyone to see, was Max Jenkins is an arsehole. And now, Dave Cousins with the fabulous 15 Days Without a Head.
The skirt doesn't look too bad, but my hairy legs definitely spoil the effect. I turn away from the mirror and look through Mum's drawers for a pair of tights. I've never worn tights before, and I put a massive tear in the first pair trying to get them on. I'm more careful the second time and managed to get the tights onto my legs without any damage, except now the crotch part is hanging just above my knees. After a lot of tugging and wiggling, I managed to get them into the right position. Feels weird, but my legs do look a lot better. Now for a top. Mum doesn't go much for flowery feminine clothes. She dresses like a man most of the time, but that's not going to help me look like a woman. The best thing I can find is a white blouse with tiny blue flowers. The button's still the wrong way, so it takes me an age to get it on. Doesn't look too bad, but there's still something not quite right. But what? Then I see the lacy black bra on the floor by the bed. No way. But if I want this to work, it takes me an age to get the stupid thing on, because it does up at the back. In the end, I take it off, fasten it, and then pull it on over my head. That's to be the most uncomfortable thing I've ever worn. Lace stitches and the straps cut into my shoulders. I don't know how Mum does it. I stuff the bra with the rib tights and some socks, and then check the effect. It looks like I'm trying to smuggle potatoes down the top. Now, Sarah Grant will read from the brilliant Adult Parties.
I'm standing in the dark, not the gentle grey of dusk or the soft black of a moonlit night, but pitch black. My heart batters my ribs like a bird beating its wings against a glass cage. I wave my hand in front of my face. I can't see it. I never knew it could be so dark. My edges are merging with the inky blackness around me. My dad would finally be proud of me. I've blended in. Someone touches my elbow and I jump. I'm right here, Neva. It's Ethan, by my side like always. He's here, but not here. Follow me, he says. He pulls me to the floor and every cell in my body ignites with a thrill of possibilities. In this nothingness, anything can happen. Maybe I can find what I've lost with Ethan, tangle my body with his, and only feel, not think, not see. But we all agree, no sex. Not just tonight, no sex until we're sure we won't create another generation just like us. So that's the Edge, or 6 members of it. And so now we're going to see if you guys can follow directions. Matt is a shirtist